So today I'm doing the quintessential YouTuber everyday makeup tutorial type thing. This is just sort of the look that I do on the average day that I wear makeup, and I'm not doing anything like super unique and crazy and fun. And I figured it would probably be helpful to just kind of cover my full like face routine, since I do that pretty often in my videos. That usually doesn't change. So I figured it would be worth doing that for you guys in this video and just really thoroughly explaining everything. So first I'm going to fill in my eyebrows with this little angled brush. I believe this is from BH Cosmetics, and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Palette. I just take a mixture of all of these browns. As you can see, I used one that was a little too red today, but that is fine. Normally I go for the cooler tones here, but I don't really know what I was thinking. Either way, they still match up pretty well. So I'm going in with that, and then I'm taking the lightest shade from the Cream Contour Palette, and I'm just going to sort of carve out my eyebrows with that. I'm going to go over my brow bone with this color as a sort of base highlight for the eyeshadow look that we're doing today. I'm not putting this on the lid because it's not acting so much as a primer as it is just a base for a highlight color to go on the brow bone. And then I'm taking a little bit of the pinker and the more yellowy shade, and I'm putting that above my brow just to not have a super intense highlight up there yet, because I'm going to still use concealer at the end of the video. I'm taking those same shades under my eyes here to just kind of help the eye bag situation. Again, I'm going to go in with concealer later. This is just kind of a little base for that to stick to. Then I'm taking MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, and I am putting that all over my eyelids, as I do in every video. And then I'm taking Colored Rain's Cheers to the Beauty palette. This is a discontinued palette, but it is one of my favorites. I'm using the shade Raise a Glass, which is a sort of more rosier, like just sort of like a rosy apricot shade when it's applied like this. I'm sort of shearing it out into my crease. I'm going to deepen this up with some other colors later, but just to get a nice transition shade, I'm just going to really slowly build up that color and really work that into my crease just to make sure I get a really nice natural look here. I mean, obviously it's not super natural because you can definitely tell it's makeup, but I want a really seamless blend. So as you can see, I'm just continuing to build that color up in this sort of almond shape. Yep, so now I'm applying boutonniere to the lids of my eyes and to the brow bone. And I'm just going to make sure that that is blended perfectly. Then I'm actually taking the highlight from the same palette. It's sort of this pink shimmery champagne shade. It's called Luxurious Bling, and I'm just putting that on my inner corner for a nice little pink highlight shade. Deepening up the crease with Debonair and another fluffy crease brush. I tend to use a lot of fluffy brushes with my makeup looks just to make sure that everything is as blended as it can be. And then I'm just taking a smaller brush and going on my lower lash line there. Okay, and now I'm taking my NYX Epic Ink liner, and I'm just trying to stay as close to my lash line as possible while still giving me a pretty nice cat eye wing on my liner here. Nothing too extreme. Again, this is just for an everyday look, so I'm not going out for a full-on wing here, just a little bit of a tiny little baby wing in the outer corner of my eyes. I am using Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes. I always buy the travel size mascaras at Sephora just because I feel like I like them better after they dry out a little bit, so I don't have to wait as long, and I have more time to use them, it feels like. And it's just less waste in general for me. Then I'm taking my NARS Creamy Concealer in the shades Vanilla, and I believe it's pronounced Chantilly. And I am just taking that above the brow for a little bit of a highlight, as well as on the bridge of the nose, above my Cupid's bow, and I am going under the eyes as well as over some spots that I have. I don't have any acne at the moment when this was filmed, but I do have some acne scars, so I'm just going to go ahead and cover those on my chin and kind of let those sit the longest, just because I want them to pretty much be almost completely set before I blend them out, and really just make sure that they are covered. So now I'm going over that with a damp beauty blender and just making sure that it blends out pretty seamlessly. And again, I'm not blending my chin out too much just because I want those darker spots to be covered. But I will blend it out when I go over it with my Dermacol foundation in the shade 208. And I just take these with a brush at first, and I just kind of position the product where I want it focused. And then I go ahead and take my blender and blend everything out. Again, I try to leave my problem areas till the end, but I do bring this down my neck as well because it is a really full coverage foundation, and I want to make sure that it doesn't look like a mask while I'm wearing it. This is that foundation that you see in those crazy tattoo cover ads, and believe me, it is super full coverage, but I like to wear it on the regular. It doesn't irritate my skin or anything, so I really actually love this foundation for every day. Makeup Revolution Luxury Lace Baking Powder is what I usually use just because it's inexpensive and it works. I love the Hourglass powder, translucent powder that I have, but I don't typically grab for that just because I only have the small size and I save that for special occasions. To highlight today, I'm using MAC Soft and Gentle. This is one that I pretty much go to every day. I have a couple highlighters that I switch between, but this is the usual one that I use because it is so natural and very beautiful, and it's really hard to overdo it. And then I'm just going to take the ABH Powder Contour Palette, and I'm just going to go in with the center shade. It's more of a cool toned contour powder, and I'm just going to take that on a contour brush and contour sort of, I believe they used to call this like the big three, where it was the temple, the cheek, and then sort of the jawline. Then I'm going in with MAC's lipstick in the shade Cosmo on a lip brush. I depot my lipsticks, so I put mine in this cute little pot, and now I am putting it on my mouth. And I'm just gonna go ahead and sort of overline just a tiny bit here. If I had a lip liner, it would be a little easier to do that, but we're gonna go ahead and pursue on. And then I'm going in with the shade Gold Dust in the Milani Lip Gloss collection. I actually surprisingly really like this lip gloss. I don't typically grab for drugstore lip products, but this one is one that I actually really like. It keeps my lips moisturized and not chapped. Lashes. So these are a box of lashes that I got off Amazon. I usually will buy these bulk, really inexpensive lashes. I love the Kiss Lash line, but I also really like these because it's like $11 for, I think it's like 20 something lashes. Like, it's a crazy amount of lashes for the price that you're paying. So considering most lashes are $4.99 a pair, to get like 20 or like 30 of them, I'm not sure, I haven't counted and I forget what I ordered, but it's a lot of lashes, and you know, you get it in this giant thing and they're pretty decent. I cut them to size, and then I go ahead and apply my duo glue and just apply the lashes with my fingers, and I go in with tweezers to sort of adjust them. And I don't know what, but I just love watching people apply false lashes. I think it's so cool. I don't know. I just think it looks fun. Here's me being absolutely embarrassing and doing those beauty montages. And here is that finished look again in a slightly different lighting than you previously saw, just so you can kind of get a feel for what this looks like in a couple different sets of lighting. Here is what that looks like, and I hope you guys have a great day.